love the Phantom and Christine. Sue me. Sue me. Sue me. Is it problematic? Absolutely. You're so not wrong. Absolutely the relationship's problematic. There are people in the 1800s, like, and it's about ghosts and ghouls and goblins. Of course it's gonna be problematic. Look at the environment that they're talking about. But that said, the two of them, whew, so much fun. So much fun. So much fun. They're the only ship I have from my childhood. The only ship I have from my childhood that I've recently come back into, and I'm like, oh no, you guys did something with that. You guys really did something with that. I am a huge fan of Phantom of the Opera. I have been since I was like 12 or 13 years old. And the reason why is because I came across the 25th anniversary pro shot, not the 2004 movie with Gerard Butler and Emmy Rossum. I came across that pro shot in 2012 on YouTube because I was trying to look up Sierra Boggess because I discovered her through Little Mermaid. And I come across this other video of her. I'm looking for Little Mermaid and I see her with this fine ass man in the thumbnail. Even though he's like weird looking, I'm like, that's a cute little man. And I see it's like Phantom of the Opera Final Lair. And I'm like, you know what? I keep hearing about Phantom. What is this? Like, what is this thing? And guys, it was genuinely the greatest 13 minutes of my life. Up until that point, the greatest 13 minutes of my life. There's just something about Phantom that like speaks to you and the despair. You can't properly verbalize it yet, but it's in there. And I don't know what it is about that show, but it got me. Particularly, Ramin and Sierra got me. So, again, for extra context, Ramin Karimloo played the Phantom in the 25th anniversary. He took the Phantom from being like the ghoul of Michael Crawford, who, love you, mad respect, sir, true legend, but it was 2010 and like we had Edward Cullen from Twilight, and the vibes were different on how we wanted our monster men. So Ramin's Phantom really fit into that really well. Very intense Phantom, a very intense Phantom, but when he was sweet, ooh. When that man was, caressing Christine, or when, he's just singing out of like longing, till I hear you sing once more. Again, different vibe. So he's playing the Phantom very much kind of like, my emo boyfriend. While Christine, Sierra Boggess, she's playing the character more as, I'm 23 years old and I don't know what's going on in life, but like I have a fire in me, I need to figure it out. And so when you have emo boyfriend with like fiery 23-year-old new grad, ooh, bad combo, but really fun and really strong chemistry. Yeah, go watch it. I'm sorry. I know there's people that are like, I don't like how the Phantom of the Opera romanticizes the story of the Phantom. I don't disagree that is not probably what's happening, but it's so much fun. It's so messy. It's so dramatic. It's so theater. Like, and I wonder if that's why so many people always go back to Phantom, because it's the most fantasized version you can get of what actually happens, I feel like, in musical theater cast, in terms of just relationship drama and whatnot. And also Phantom was like the first fandom I got into that I think like became more expansive in my understanding of fandom. It was like history and musical theater and shipping all in one. It was great. Then I kind of faded away, because I got to high school and then my interest changed. I really got into Steven Universe. I'm still really into Steven Universe. So how do I get back into Phantom? Well, in 2022, I believe, I am on a bus going to like my senior year class or something. I got some kind of notification pop up and it said Emily Kawachow casted as first Black Christine in the US. And I was like, whoa, what? Phantom is like finally casting Black girls? Like, really? Like, this is where it gets tough because I'm someone that really does enjoy a lot of classics. I really enjoy musical theater. I really enjoy Broadway, acting, all that stuff. I guess you want to call it the classics, however you want to call it. And the reality is, like, it's a very, very non-diverse space. I know people will say, like, oh my God, I expect Broadway to be somewhere diverse. Nah, not really. I find myself very much enjoying more, I guess you would say, like, conventional media, television, movies. We are doing way better. We are way more ahead of the game, I would say, when it comes to, like, building up our representation. With that in mind, like, Christine Daae was just like never a character I thought I could see like be played by a Black woman, which is really upsetting, genuinely. It had nothing to do with talent, but it's because the way that I always saw that character promoted or spoken about, it was very much as if like her beauty only came through her features. That makes sense. So it never really felt to me like I could be Christine Daae, because it seemed like what people loved about her had nothing to do with like her personality, but like her features. So when I saw the first Black Christine, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But I still didn't go see it. I still was like, okay, well, I'm glad that happened, but you know, whatever. Then a few months later, or like a year later, it was announced that the show was closing, which was like crazy because you never thought Phantom was gonna close. Then my ex was like, hey, do you wanna go see Phantom before it closes? And I love going to see musical theater if anybody asked me to go. So I was kind of like, oh, shoot, yeah, let me go. And I was like, oh, and you know what? I know there's a Black girl playing Christine, and I really hope I get to see her because that'd be really incredible. I go in there, though, being like, I'm not going to ship the Phantom and Christine anymore because I know better. They're problematic. They're toxic. I'm never going to ship them again. Intermission. I look at my girlfriend and I go, do you remember Christine wanting to fuck Erik that badly? Let me just say, the way that Christine was done on stage, again, I was expecting from all this discourse I had constantly heard growing up, especially after leaving the Phantom, it was like, Christine doesn't know what she's doing, she doesn't know what's going on, it's always gotta be Ral was always right, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, I'm let me go see this, and was I crazy for liking the Phantom and Christine when I was younger, whatever? I'm ready to be like, oh damn, you know what, yeah, that wasn't a really good couple, because there are couples that I used to ship when I was younger, and now I'm like, oh, that's bad. But I'm sorry. No. What I saw, presented by Emily Kawacha, was a young woman that knew exactly what she wanted, knows exactly what's going on, is definitely afraid of her own power and afraid of, I guess, a phase that she can come into. But she is no like, oh, I don't know what's going on. No, she's very direct. Honestly, I was shocked at how many times, at least, again, the show that I saw, Christine wanted to initiate contact with Erik, the Phantom, when I'm like, oh, I thought I remember it was like him on top of her. No. So after I saw that performance, which of course blew me away because again, Phantom is just that good all in general, I'm like, let me go back because I'm like, no, there's no way. She just did this really, really well. And then I go back to the pro shot. And then I'm looking at like scenes from other actresses across time, not even like just now, like across time, and I'm like, oh no, this character Christine, we are not really looking into her because she has very explicit desire, and it just seems like nobody's listening to her. Nobody wants to hear what she's thinking, and that's why things get worse and worse and worse. And it's her eventually coming into herself and realizing, wait, no, like I'm that bitch, and saving the day. I know fandom that's like really into it. I know you guys, yeah, I know there's other Christines, but the Christines I consistently kept coming across were very much like they wanted the ghost. They wanted the ghost. Then I finally get to see the show the following year because I went to go London to see the sequel, Love Never Dies, which I will talk about another time. So like there's no way, like the Christine is not gonna be Again, I watch it with Lily Caracass. I hope I said that right. And spoiler alert, if you want it, spoiler alert. At the end of the show, in this case, final lair, this Christine, while Erik, is crying in the veil, this Christine not only turns and sings at him as she's like leaving on the boat with Ral, she like reaches out to him, and Erik on the other side of the gate like sees her and runs out and like brings his hand out to her as well. And it's like, what? That did something to my 13-year-old spirit for sure. Absolutely it did. Seems like Christine Daae does seem like she kind of wants to get it on with the Phantom. And to be clear, because this is where I think people get lost, just because someone ships something, like I ship Erik and Christine, that doesn't mean that I acknowledge the problematic elements of their relationship and also like any issues that they had. Duh, that's the conflict. That's what makes it like interesting. I was just shocked. I was like, okay, so this is not made up in my head, that there's a legitimate reading of this show where Christine Daae really wants the Phantom, but because of society, because of Erik's own issues, because of misogyny, blah 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 blah, like she just doesn't get what she wants. And that's what actually really bothers me about the show, is that Christine doesn't get what she wants. Like, and I'm not saying this to mean like, oh my god, like she has to have Erik, but I'm saying it's the way that they play out final lair in those final few moments. It really feels like this woman is giving up like a lot. But again, it's not really her fault. It's the fucking Phantom. It's his shit. And so again, you're like, wait, but he did all this. I'm like, again, you're not wrong. He sucks as a romantic partner in the current state that he is in when we see him at the end of the show. You're not wrong. But like, I don't know, when you see something that emotional, you're almost just like, dude, get it together. Like, how do you self-sabotage that bad? And that's why I often think about the Phantom nowadays. Like, I think because the original book's lesson was about treating people with kindness and all that, right? Like, it was just overall, like, we need to treat people with deformities, people that are different than us with kindness. That is so fair. I feel like that message, though, doesn't maybe translate as well in current day. So I kind of do like that the musical has kind of shifted from that. Like, we're sharing a message on toxic relationships, and we're explaining, like, why even if you're compatible with someone, that doesn't mean that you guys are fit for, like, stability or sustainability. I always really love Phantom of the Opera simply because of the fact that, like, the show is really timeless. Like, how do you pull that off? How did you make a show that 40 years later, people are still watching it, and it's, like, breaking records, like musical theater records, box office records across the globe? Like, that's really crazy. That's really crazy. And I think simply because of that, I can't not love Erik and Christine. I can't not love the Phantom and Christine, because it's like y'all's hot mess of a story, y'all's hot mess of this breakup, not breakup, where, like, you were my teacher, like the mess that you two are, and all of that is so entertaining that it's literally lasting generations. But it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. Like, I often think about the fact that my great-grandmother could have seen Phantom, and it's likely that if I was to have grandchildren, they could also see Phantom. Like, that's so cool. I just think that's really cool. I don't know a lot of Broadway theatrical pieces that have that stability and power. I understand people are like, the musical is over the top, and I'm like, guys, you're right, it's so over the top. It's Angela Weber, of course it's over the top, but you can't deny it's kind of sick. It's kind of sick. It's kind of sick. Okay, I am now getting bit up by all these bugs, so I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching, and I don't know, let's battle it out in the comments about shipping, but be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind.